sport fans watching around the world. This is the moment you've all been waiting for.
Let's get straight into the episode.
Yeah, we heading for the sun. Shawty got my high, I ain't tripping for the funds. Yeah, I won't start, I ain't tripping, I'm a stun.
Before we start, I'll say something to you that I say to everyone that comes on, but I would not be saying it if it wasn't true. You're sitting here because I find you interesting. That's because you are an interesting person. I want to learn more about you, how you think, and how you feel. And I love that I have the opportunity to be able to share this experience. So I really appreciate you coming over. Thank you for sitting down. And ladies and gentlemen listening, not only is this episode a long time coming, but just seeing this person is a long time coming. My guests and I have so many good memories, laughing, going back in time, and it's amazing to see, to be honest, his whole family as they came over today to greet me. And I really think that the boys listening will enjoy this one because I definitely will. For those who don't know him, I call him Matty Pebbles. Those who don't, this is Matthew Simon.
Hey, bro. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, done. All right, now we can fucking chill. All right.
100%.
All right, I love getting that out of the way.
Oh, quick question. How much did that did that hurt?
A little bit.
Bro, because I seen...
Way more.
Really?
Way more.
Because I was thinking about that on the way here, and I'm like, fuck. I just remembered that he's a new neck tack, because the last time I seen you, he didn't have it, and I'm like, fuck, just thinking about it, bro. I'm like, that would fucking hurt.
Yeah.
Because one of the boys at work brought it up. They were like, oh, I'm thinking about getting the Illuminati tattooed on my neck. And then that, as soon as they said it, I was like, I've seen you with it.
Yeah.
So I was like, I know Jake has it. And I'm like, fuck, it would fucking hurt, bro. And then on the way here, I was talking to Chloe about it. And she's like, her friend got a tattoo on her ribs recently. And then she's like, that fucking hurt. I'm like, imagine you're in the end of the apple con. That would fucking kill.
Yeah, I got one that goes all the way up to my armpit. This one on the side here.
Yeah.
Armpit hurt.
Yeah.
Hip bone hurt.
Yeah.
And I think back of the head most painful.
Yeah.
Mate, this, honestly, it wasn't too bad. Like, as they're drawing, it was only annoying because I had to wait for him to stop before I could take a breath
Yeah.
and then swallow. And then he'd keep going. And then he'd, like, go to dip some ink. Oh, fuck. And he'd keep going.
Yeah, but like when he filled it in, that would have been fucked.
It was all right. It wasn't that bad compared to other tattoos.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Bit more.
Yeah. Fuck, that's a mad setup, eh?
Yeah, thanks, bro. I built it myself, actually.
Fuck. Yeah, that's mad. I don't think I've ever seen a computer like that, actually, like
Yeah.
in person.
Yeah.
I've seen them online and shit, but that's fucking mad.
Appreciate it. It was cool. It's cool when honestly, when
Like-
something stops working, it's pretty cool to try and fix it too.
100%, because it's like you can just, I don't know, maybe it's just where you can see everything, the lights and shit, fucking, but it's
Yeah.
just like,
But that actually took time because like all the cables, there's actually a million cables. They're all hidden. I had to wrap them all behind it, and behind it is fucked.
Yeah, bro, my patience would be, I've got shit patience as it is, bro.
Yeah.
Like, fuck that.
It's like the whole desk. The whole desk I wide underneath.
Yeah.
So when you're sitting up there, you can't see nothing. And I want to get something to cover it, like a bit of cloth,
Yeah.
like a bit of Velcro or some shit.
Yeah.
But the same thing, like fucking hours, bro. Just feeding cables, pulling cables, hours. But I don't know. I'm pretty happy with it. I think the room's a good start.
But it looks mad.
Yeah.
This room's fucking mad, bro.
Yeah. Thanks, bro. Put a lot of love into it.
Yeah, 100%. You can tell as soon as you walk in here, it has that feel.
Yeah, sweet. Thanks, bro. I got a mate coming over soon. He's gonna paint this wall. He's the same mate who painted me that painting.
Yeah. That's what I was just been looking at it pretty much the whole time.
I reached out to him because he's a mutual. He was a mutual until he became a friend.
Yeah.
And since he painted that perfectly how I asked him to paint it, I said, "This wall
Do the
is
wall.
yours.
Yeah.
Do whatever you want."
100%.
I said, "Do whatever you want." So hopefully he can do that before Christmas. All right. The first question I'll ask people is, how do you feel right now in this? Like, do you feel nervous, hungry, tired, sore, exhausted?
I'll be honest, a little bit nervous, but I'm pretty relaxed, bro. This is a pretty fucking mad setup. The couch is comfy as.
Yeah, sweet. Dude, I didn't realize you're a tall drink of water, bro. You're a tall motherfucker.
Yeah, bro. At the moment, it's just probably the TNs, bro. They give me a bit extra.
Oh, dude, just sitting on the couch, you're already fucking towering over me. Fucking crazy. Oh, dude, I don't even know where I want to start. Like, honestly,
It's been too long.
it's been too long.
Hey.
Seeing your family, honestly, that's amazing, dude.
Yeah, bro. Probably the best thing ever happened to me in my life ever.
Fuck, I want to take a pause on it though. I'll get to it.
Yeah.
But we'll rewind a little bit. I'll let everyone listening know we went to school together for year 8. What year did you leave the school? Was it after year 9?
I think it was after year 8, I think.
After year 8.
Yeah,
So you
yeah.
were-
But I was coming back and forth, so like I was always in the area and that.
Yeah. So all right, cool. So we only went to school together for a year. That's it.
Oh, didn't you come
Properly.
in year 7?
No, I came in year 8.
Really?
I only went to that school for 2 years.
Swear. What, did you drop out after that?
Yeah.
Oh, swear.
Yeah. I didn't go there
I
for
thought you
long.
were there in year 7.
Dude, I
That's
swear I was there for my whole life, bro. Yeah. It's crazy. So yeah, it wasn't very long that we worked together as mates, but we fucking definitely shared a good friendship as mates in that
Yeah.
year that we worked together. What was your life like after that? I know the only thing I remember probably, bro, is that you went away to like a boarding school, or what type of school? Didn't you go away for school or something?
Yeah. It was like that, yeah. Went away for school in Bathurst, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And it was fucking... At first, it was kind of shit. But then after you, like... I don't know how to explain it. You're young, you're there for a while. Fucking you were there with the same people every day. Like, if you can't get along with people, you're just going to be miserable the whole time. So
Yeah.
it got better, like, progressively. It's just I didn't want to be there in the first place. But
Yeah.
after that, it got better. But then I could still come back to where we were originally and
Yeah.
see everyone. So it didn't really make a difference.
Yeah.
Once I got over the mindset of originally, I don't want to be here.
Yeah. That makes sense. Did you have to live there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Was it like 5 or 7 days a week? How long were you?
No, so it's pretty much you stay there. So like on normal school term,
Yeah.
it's like you're there for the normal school term, then you go back on holidays.
You full live there even on weekends?
Yeah, on weekends, everything.
Fuck, that's actually nuts, but
Yeah, bro. And then because it's like people in your year obviously stay there as well, and then you're there with them 7 days a week on the weekend, and some of them might go home like on the weekend or whatever. But most of the boys that were there, like when I was there, would stay there for the whole time until it was holidays, and then they'd go home because it was a trek to get there. Because the Bathurst is still a 3-hour drive from mum's house.
Yeah.
And most of the other people there were like from out further west, like Condobolin, fucking past Orange or certain place, like even Parks and that. Like there's a lot of
Wow.
boys from out that way. Like
Cool.
hardly anyone from Sydney. I think I was like the only boarder there from Sydney.
Yeah, wow, that's mad. And so was it like, was the point of the school like better education than other schools? What was the point of the school?
Yeah, that mainly, pretty much. But it was also like, yeah, mainly the education, like the discipline, because you're there full time, and I don't know. They kind of put it in like a prestigious school kind of like setting, and it's like it wasn't a hard school to get into necessarily, but once you were in, if you fucked up, it was easy for them to get rid of you, if you know what I mean. But it was
Yeah.
never one of those. You could never get expelled from the school. It's like they'd ask you to leave, and that's
Yeah.
why I got asked to leave in like year 11.
Did you? Yeah, it's standard, bro. Standard.
'Cause I didn't want to be there, bro.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, so you survived there till year 11.
yeah.
Yeah. Fuck, I can't imagine what it would be like, to be honest. I want to stay on here for a little bit, living at the same school. So did your teachers, were they the same people that were there on the weekends, like monitoring
No,
shit?
like say like this classroom teachers and stuff were completely different to like say the boarding staff, because that's what they were like called, the boarding students, and they had day students, and it was a co-ed school, so they also had like girls that were bored at the same school. So it wasn't like, because there's a lot of schools in Bathurst. Shit, knocking me out, mic around.
It doesn't matter, yeah.
A lot of there's a lot of schools in Bathurst that are like this, so like a lot of boarding schools, but most of them are strictly like boys or strictly girls, and then
Yeah.
All Saints was the only one that was both.
Yeah.
And so like the staff that stay with the boarding people are completely different, but there's one person, like say the head of the boys or the head of the girls, that works in the school like curriculum full time, does junior school, high school, because that's what it was like all the way to year 12. And like they were completely different. Like most of them were like say like Tafe, uni students. Like they were studying to do like I don't know something else at the university in town, which is I think it's CSU Bathurst or something maybe.
Yeah.
But they would then like get to work at the school, and then they would just have to do shifts like making sure everyone's in bed, making sure everyone's at dinner, and little shit like that. Like their job
Yeah.
was easy as fuck.
Yeah. So it was pretty strict on the set of routine of like, this is when dinner is, everyone has to be there.
Yeah.
What time was lights out?
It changed as you got like older in years. Like that's like when you're in year 9 until you in year 9, year 10, because that's the only like junior years I was there for. But when you get into year 11, you have your own room.
Yeah.
But in year 9, year 10, you have to share a room with someone.
Yeah.
And that was alright. But lights out, I'm pretty sure was like I don't know, like 9, 10 o'clock. But like
Yeah.
I mean, you had your phone and shit. I
Yeah,
don't know,
So it's like they weren't like full fucking strict hall monitoring. Like,
But there wasn't as bad as you thought. Like that's hence why I probably got asked to leave, because there was ways around rules that we found out real quick.
yeah.
And like me and the boys that were there was actually one other person from Sydney that was up there with me, and we used to get into all kinds of shit.
Yeah,
bro,
of
like,
course, dude. I
young
can't
lot.
imagine
Yeah.
living at school, bro. I'd be fucked.
Right,
I'd
and then
be
because you could
fucked.
go into town, like you'd go into town and you'd meet people and like day students that you'd met, like your friends and that would know people that would, you want to have a good time, so you'd be able to sort it out.
Yeah, of
There's
course.
ways
Just bring
around the
shit
rules,
back.
bro.
Yeah. Yeah, that's mad, bro. Was there any ever like parties or anything like similar, or was it just like you just sneak
like,
around?
Yeah, bro. Like I remember one time, it was like the end of the year thing, and we were in the head. So like as I was talking about before, like the people that looked after the boarders when they were there was a head one of those. And
Yeah.
he had like his own kind of like massive granny flat that was connected to where all the boarders' rooms were.
Yeah.
And the end of year party was in his room. And there's like anyone that was left there were in there getting pissed, drinking, like smoking, having a good time
Yeah.
with various other things.
Yeah.
And then we were all in there mucking around, and there was a couple gap students. So the gap students would come from over England, and then they'd come and do the same role as a tutor. But while they're there and holidays go around, around Australia, they're like pretty much like basically tourists, but they'd like get a job guaranteed during school.
It's pretty cool.
And then they're always from England. They're always like pretty mad lads. And I remember after this, like, fucking everyone was smashed at this party.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
there was a few girl boarders like still at the house, which is just like the boy boarding house was here. There's a pool there, and then the road like came in the school like that, and the girls' boarding house is up there.
Yeah.
And then so like a few of the boys and both the gap students, because it was like their second last night there, so they didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
They both like stripped down Starkers. It was the middle of winter in Bathurst, so it's freezing.
Yeah.
And then the pool had like, it was like a normal swimming carnival pool, so I don't know, it was like 25 meters or something, and it had the pool like thing over it.
Yeah.
And they just got Starkers, and it was like whoever could run across the pool thing first. And then the head of girls boarding came down as they were both halfway. And then all us boarders was like, because this pool house had like an upstairs thing. It was like a demountable building that led to a basketball court that had an upstairs thing, and gym was here, and there was like just another room here for like classes or whatever. And then we were all on the top thing, but she just came around the corner and seen them both Starkers on the pool running, everyone yelling. And she started going off, and then like me and all the boarders like dropped, and everyone was trying not to laugh, because then one of the English guys, like the gap student, was pissed ass, and he's like looking at her. It's just the way he's like, shit, I'm Starkers in front of her, and she's like maybe like 60 years old, so she's an old lady. She's like, what are you doing naked like that? And the boys are up there pissed, probably smoking pot, so they're probably high. Everyone's like got the giggles and shit, just like trying not to laugh, because if they got done, we're all fucked.
Yeah. It's mad, bro. See, that's cool, bro. I knew that'd be mad memories and shit looking back on it, because I can imagine my life if I went to it too, bro. And it would have been exactly the same.
Yeah.
Would have been exactly the same. Also, those English lads, they would have had cool lives, bro. Like straight up, that would have been
100%.
cool.
Like one of them had a mad relationship with fucking one of the fucking students, bro.
Bro, how old was this lad?
He's only like, they were like, oh, no, the chick was 18. He was only like, they're literally like just finished school themselves.
Oh,
so like,
okay.
they're like, say this chick's in year 12, he's literally just finished.
He's like 18, 19, 20.
Yeah, and they're English, so they come over and they talk to him at dinner and shit.
Yeah,
and
of
fucking,
course. Of course, bro. It would have been just easy money for him, bro.
100%.
Easy. Yeah, nice. In my head, these lads are like 30, bro.
Nah,
running around getting kids drunk, bro.
No.
Getting these kids fucked
Bro, like
up.
that was the best part, because they were like, some of the boys, like, the same night this party happened, they were probably like 2 years older than them, and that was like probably one of the second or third times I probably got drunk.
Yeah.
And we're drinking, I don't know what we're drinking, straight Bacardi or something, and I was just smashed half the night. I didn't even know what was going on. Fucking woke up in my bed backwards or something, no clothes on. Like, where the fuck am I?
Yeah.
Get picked up in 30 minutes because the end of school's over, and I'm like, fuck, nothing's packed. I'm smashed. Yeah.
Yeah, see, that's sick. What a good way to end school, bro. What a good way to end school. So what was it like? Like, what did you do when you left school for the first time in year 11?
When I first left school,
Did you come back here? Like, did you go to your
I
mum?
went when they asked me to leave.
Yeah.
I came back to my mum's house and then went to Hawkesbury for a bit.
Mm-hmm.
And then I don't know. Hawkesbury's one of those schools, like it's right next to that main road where the shops are. Like, get off the bus, I just want to go to school. And then at that point, it got to a point where they were recording how many days you had off. And then
Yeah.
they're like, oh, you can't come back because you've just fucking done all this. And I didn't know they were sending letters home, so I thought I was getting away with it. But then I wasn't.
Yeah.
And then, I got kicked out because of that. And then started living with my ex in Glenmore.
Mm-hmm.
And then I worked at some kitchen called Rashays.
Oh, yeah.
That was a dirty job, bro.
I like rash days for a feed bar. Straight up.
Bro.
It's a dirty, cheap feed, bro.
No. The stories I know about Rashays Penrith, bro, you'd never eat there again.
Yeah.
It's set.
You know what? Another place is like that. Hungry Jack's Rouse Hill, bro.
100%. There's probably heaps of them, bro. Like, there's certain people that work there that are just like, I can never go there.
Yeah, yeah, I know. I don't eat from there, but even though time's probably healed that bacteria by now, but still, like, there's just the shit that happened in that kitchen on the kitchen benches and shit. Once the store closed, maniac place to work.
No, 100%. It's all fresh. Yeah, depends what kind of fresh you want.
Yeah. Yeah, nice. So how long did you work there for when you were in Glenmore?
Only a little bit, bro. And then because I was trying to get a trade job, like obviously because I didn't want to work in the fucking kitchen, bro. Like,
yeah.
No offense to anyone that does hospitality, if it's your thing, but hospitality is shit.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, it's not for everyone.
Bro, no,
it ain't for everyone.
I was literally in there for like 3 months, and I was like, no, fuck this.
Yeah.
And I got my white card, applied for a roof tiling job, got the job straight away, and then that was the only trade I've ever done. But
yeah,
I like roofing, bro.
Yeah,
it's
you're still
good.
doing it, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been qualified for like 4 years now.
Yeah, nice. Good work. So how long's that trade? 3 years?
3 years, bro, yeah.
Yeah, nice. Does any TAFE?
Yeah, but the TAFE course is, I don't know, like it's kind of set different to like, say, Chippy or Sparky or plumbing, like where you have to do the mandatory 3 years. But like roof tiling, it's kind of like you complete it at your own pace. Like, so if you want to go there and pump through it, you can.
Yeah.
And then like you still have to do the mandatory time on site, whatever, like say it's 3 years on site. But if you got your certificate, you're good enough most of the time. You say you've done at least 2.5 years, the boss will sign you off early.
Yeah.
Depending on the situation.
Yeah, nice. That's all right. That's pretty cool. Our trade way different. I did refrigeration, bro, and like you have to go to TAFE for 3 years, and then you're not getting signed off. People say you can get signed off early.
I know, but half the time they don't want to.
No one's doing it.
But the only time they do it, like, hence probably this is why I got signed off early. I think I had like maybe 2, 3, it would have been 3 months at max left. And then the company I was working for when I was about to turn tradesman, he had another like 2 or 3 apprentices about to turn tradesman at the same time. And he only wanted to keep one of them, which fair enough. I understand where he's coming from.
Yeah.
And I said, he's like, but I won't, like, you know what I mean? I'll make sure you have a job first before you like go.
Yeah.
And then I got a job with my best mate that I met roofing when I first started, which had his own company, but that's a different story. And I got a job through him, and then came when like the boss wanted to sign me off early because when they sign you off, they get like the money for sending you to TAFE, like they get a grant from it.
Yeah.
And like I don't know how much it is, but like they get money for signing every apprentice off. Like every trade, I'm pretty sure gets it.
Yeah. Our trade gets. I don't know how much money it is either, but it's in the thousands. It could
Yeah,
be
like it's
2 or
you know what I
3,
mean. It's not
5.
like it's like say it's $200. You'd be like, who cares? But
Yeah,
it's a decent amount for a company. You know what I mean?
It's a few $1,000.
Yeah,
like,
exactly, and it's tax free.
Yeah, exactly. It is tax-free. Apprentices now have it crazy, dude. Like now you get free TAFE. I'm pretty sure. I think no. You know what it is now? I'm pretty sure our apprentices in our trade get paid every year by the government for every year they complete TAFE to get a bonus.
Wow.
Yeah, they get money. Yeah.
Yeah, bro. That's because like my year that I did TAFE was last year. They made you pay for it.
Yeah, me too.
I'm like, are you fucking serious?
Yeah, dude.
I was like, that's a stitch up and a half, surely.
Yeah. I was the last couple years myself. I think a year and a half later.
Yeah.
Free TAFE.
Oh, bro.
Yeah.
I was like,
I never paid for it, but I never even paid for TAFE.
yeah, that's like the thing with roofing. They made you pay for it. Like they wouldn't give you a certificate till I paid for it. And I'm like, it's like the last $200 or something. I'm like, oh shit, sorry, I missed a payment. And then I paid it, and I still had to wait a month for them to email me my certificate. Like it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
But I was just like, and they're like, we're not giving it to you. You'll pay it. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
And then literally the next year, I had an apprentice working under me at the new company I was working for, and I was talking to him about TAFE and that, and he's like, no, it's free now.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck.
Yeah, it is so.
Just the way they were like pestering me about $200 or something, and then they're like, nah, it's free now.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, hard. We got dicked in my apprenticeship, bro. We did our 3 years completion, but we got moved from TAFE to TAFE, so we had a block period there where we weren't getting any education in TAFE, so we had to catch up for it. But then they also shortened our year by 8 weeks, 4 8 weeks, something like that. And then, but we had no time to do our final test. So I didn't even go back to TAFE to do my final test for at least a year, maybe a year and a half later.
Yeah.
So I would have been a tradesman, but I was still an apprentice, bro. Probably 5 years into my trade. Yeah.
well, because how long, because didn't you do 2 trades? Is it 2 trades at the same time, or is it 1 trade, but it classifies as 2?
It's 1 trade, and you do half. You technically don't get an electrical license in refrigeration, but you get a disconnect reconnect. So I'm legally allowed to rip out any form of electrical equipment and put the same stuff back in, like replace it. You know what I mean? PowerPoints, lighting, wiring. I can't upgrade it to a bigger size. I can't add anything to the circuit.
Right. But you can,
replace
I
it.
get you.
Doesn't mean in our trade we don't do that anyway, because we kind of It's
But you don't
stupid.
get a dual license for it. Or anything,
Don't get
but
a
it's
dual
just
license.
a reconnect,
Don't
disconnect.
get a dual license. At my last company, what I did, we had an electrician working there, so I asked him. I was like, "Look, have my back, and I'll have your back if you ever need it. But I'm gonna call the apprenticeship board. They'll come out when the boss ain't here. Then I'll get you to put me underneath as your apprentice, and I'll sign up for electrical apprenticeship working at this company, but under your license." He's like, "Yeah, fucking sweet." So I was like, mad. So I actually completed my electrical apprenticeship without even going to TAFE. So all I need to do now is get my qualify you.
Yeah.
But it's expensive. It's like
100% it would
15, 20 grand for electrical.
be. Yeah.
So my plan is to go back to TAFE in the next 12 months. Yeah.
And what is it? The last test. Like, what is it? It's called something. Isn't it?
Capstone.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
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 So I still got to complete all my electrical TAFE. I still got to complete it all. But the apprenticeship's technically done, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, 100%.
I've just been working as a friggy tradesman this whole time. So it's
Oh,
like,
yeah. Because I wasn't sure if you were still doing that. Now you're doing this.
yeah, no, still doing that. I did quit my job in the first place to focus more on this.
Yeah.
I was doing my own personal jobs in air conditioning instead of refrigeration.
Yeah. No, that's the other one I was thinking about.
Air conditioning,
Yeah, because
yes.
I remember you telling me when, like that after that first time we kicked back in ages.
Yeah,
What have you been doing?
yeah.
And you told me you're doing both, and I'm like, that's pretty mad.
Well, it's technically the one trade, but it's called air conditioning and refrigeration.
Yeah.
So it's like I don't know how to explain it, but everything works exactly the same.
Yeah,
But they're two completely
it's
different
like pretty
markets.
much a copy system, but it does
Different equipment, different pressures, gases, material, different trades. Like an aircon mechanic would not be a good friggy. A friggy would not be a good aircon mechanic.
Yeah.
Different trades. So you kind of get the best of both worlds in doing both. I'm not a great aircon mechanic, but I know enough to be able to charge cars
Get yourself
money.
out of trouble too.
Yeah, I can fucking I can just really show up somewhere and get paid,
100%. That's all that matters.
So yeah, I did do that for myself for probably, I'd say 6 to 8 weeks. I can't remember exactly how long it was for.
Yeah.
And then an opportunity came where a company called me and offered me a position working somewhere, and I was like, yeah, fuck. It was no night shift, so I've been doing night shift for
Yeah, 100%.
year and a half. I've been doing night shift
Yeah,
ever since I started doing this, pretty much. Yeah, so that's what's my life been lately, bro. Working, coming home, fitting in a podcast whenever I can, and then editing it. Yeah.
100%. Bro, that's a bit mad. Like night shift would be hectic because like obviously the coin's a little bit better, but
Oh, double.
yeah, exactly. But like
Yeah.
the best part about it would be no traffic, bro.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
dude.
I haven't had my license
Yeah.
for like 9 months, but I still get a lift to work and whatever. But just sitting in it half the time,
Dude.
it's
Dude.
worse when you're just a passenger, bro. And you're not even driving. 'cause
Yeah.
It's like I don't understand how it all like backs up straight away.
Yeah,
Like
dude.
straight away. Like we'll leave early sometimes and the traffic's still the same. I'm like, fuck. And we work in Mossman, like all over the city, like deep into the city. We'll leave early, we'll leave at 4 and it's still the same. And I'm
Nah,
like,
it's the
fuck.
same. Every day, bro. I've been doing days for 1 week. I'm going to ride the rest of this year out on day shift.
Yeah.
I've realized in this first week, my life is miserable, bro. My life is miserable.
It's just like, I don't know how to explain it. It's just toxic, bro.
Yeah.
It is. It's just
Dude,
toxic.
I drive, so I'm working at the moment in Pagewood, right? So
Yeah.
I'll drive, could take me an hour and a half to get there, an hour and a half to get home.
Yeah,
On
yeah.
day shift, 45 minutes. So I could be at work for longer and I could still get more free time. You know? Like that doesn't make any sense.
I know. And it's
Yeah.
like, that's why night shift would be so good, but you obviously can't do roof tiling at night.
Yeah, different training, I guess. Yeah, so I enjoy doing it. I won't stop doing night shift for as long as I can until it's
Yeah,
my
100%.
turn to start my own family.
Yeah.
And until then, I'm just trying to fucking set myself up as much as I can on doing nights.
Yeah.
Hopefully this takes off by then. So I'd like to be able to sit and retire on the podcast. That'd be dope.
100%.
That's the plan for next year too. Double down on this. More
Yeah,
episodes, more consistency, clipping TikTok and fucking
Yeah.
yeah.
How you been finding it lately? You enjoy it?
Love every minute, bro. I love every
Yeah.
minute.
See, that's the best thing. Like, if you find something that you're passionate about doing it, and you have passionate people, they will come in and give you a conversation that's actually worth people watching. You know what I mean? It's going
Yeah.
to bring audience in.
Yeah.
And if you're passionate about doing it, that's half the fucking
Yeah.
solution.
It's mad. Dude, even if dude, to be honest, episodes like this are my favorite episodes. Like just catching up with someone, kicking back, talking shit.
Yeah.
I do like reaching out, meeting people for the first time. Like
100%.
it's a fun little dance, the social media dance of
Yeah.
like
But it's more of a flowing
it's
conversation.
not necessarily as fun. It's
Yeah.
it's flowing. It's exciting meeting someone, but it's not like just kicking back at the pub. You know
Yeah,
what I
yeah,
mean?
that's a good way of putting it.
Yeah.
That is a really good way of putting it. bro.
Because I realized I wanted to do this because I was kicking back at the pub with the boys so much. I was just that was my favorite day of the week, bro. Just 2 or 3,
100%.
2 or 3, 5 days of the week.
100%. I was about to say, what do you mean every day?
Yeah. What I want to know, dude, is I want to dive deep into a bit of baby talk.
Yeah.
Actually, let me grab a drink first.
Yeah.
So how old is your son at the moment?
He just turned 1.
Just turned 1 already?
Yeah, he's 1 in a week, bro, pretty much. 1 in 1 week.
Right. I don't know.
We had his birthday party last weekend. Yeah, last weekend, yeah.
I swear I got it bought. I see this clip on TikTok. It was like, my daughter just had her 4th birthday the other day, but money's looking a little funny, so he didn't tell her. How sad is that?
I don't know, 100%.
Anyway, so, I don't know how old babies and kids are by looking at them. If you had have said your kid's 3 months old, I would have said, Matt.
100%. Like, I get where you're coming from because my perspective was completely the same. I feel like once it's there and it's in front of you, the whole perspective on the whole situation and everything about it is like, it means nothing until you're in that situation.
Yeah. I get ya. So if your son's 1, take me back 19 months ago to when you first got the news. How did that come? Was it something that you were trying to do, or was it just something that you kind of were like, it could happen, you know what I mean?
Well, nah, because like we were like preventing it for a while, and then
Because you've been together for how long? Sorry to cut you off.
6 years, I think.
Yeah, see,
Yeah.
good job, bro.
Yeah.
That's a serious.
It's either 5 or 6 years, at least 6 years. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that's a good commitment. That's a good effort, dude.
I have
That
to
ain't
double check
easy.
that before this comes out.
All right, I'm gonna have to. This is what I like to do. I like to pause for a little bit every time a new thing pops up. But just talking about a long-term relationship like that that in itself is respectable and admirable because a lot of guys can't hack a relationship for that long, bro.
Yeah,
Because let's be real, it ain't always happy daisy. You know what I mean?
No,
Like,
and I don't think that's with every relationship. But I mean, I don't know how to explain it because like me and Chloe, obviously, as you know, had a thing for her when we were younger, and then broke off when I moved away, and then we reconnected. Just say when I think we were both 17, 18, probably 18, and then after that, it just stuck kind of together, really.
Yeah. Well, it makes sense, dude. It makes sense.
And like, there's not always good days, like you said, but like, I mean, I don't know. It's kind of like I got this commitment to her where it's like I just couldn't see my life without her.
Yeah. Of course, she probably says the same thing. To be honest, like, yeah. Well, I was speaking to Josh Painter only Friday this week.
Yeah.
And I was saying to him, like, dude, I got Matthew Simon coming on the podcast. Bro.
Yeah.
How nuts is that? And he's like, yeah, bro. What about him and Chloe having a kid together? And he's like, I follow him on social medias. I was like, yeah, dude, isn't that a bit nuts? Like, just thinking about it. And
100%.
back to the beginning again, you know?
100%, bro.
It's amazing.
And it's like, I feel like we're obviously, because we're both older, but like we were both 2 completely different people when we reconnected, which was kind of like, we're meeting each other again for the first time.
Yeah.
But like the feelings that were there when we were younger obviously weren't nothing.
Yeah.
And then like for me, it's just like, like I said, I could just never picture not being with her.
Yeah. See,
And
that's a full circle, bro. That's fucking starting off somewhere, just fucking going on a trip and then just coming back.
100%.
That's dope, bro.
38-hour trip and I'm back home.
Yeah. Nice. Good work, bro. Well, congratulations on a long, I'll call it successful relationship because you're still together.
Yeah.
And yeah, so the day, let's say, so you weren't necessarily trying to have a kid, but it's like you weren't not trying at the same time.
It was like, running out of contraception. It wasn't like something that I was like, oh, yeah, who cares? And then literally, bro, as soon as I said that, 2 weeks later, she's like, went and got a test. I didn't know about it. Then she came over and told me. She's like, I'm pregnant. And I just laughed. I was like, no, you're not.
Yeah.
And then went back to playing my game. And she's like, come over and turn the Xbox off. And I'm like, oh, shit. And I'm pregnant. And I'm like, no, you're not. And then she just puts the stick in my face. And I'm like, oh. No, you're not. And that's both lines. But yeah. I was just like, fuck. It wasn't like, for me, I was happy. Like, the whole time I've always wanted a kid early. Like, doesn't matter to me, boy or girl. Like, for me, my whole point was to have a family early. So it's like I get to enjoy the time at my prime sort of thing. You know what I mean? Whether, like, not prime, but like,
Young age, yeah.
yeah. So like we grow up kind of like closer, like not closer in age, but like closer to the point where it's like if he's doing sort of stuff that I was probably only doing 5 years ago instead of 10, 15 years ago, if you know what I mean. Like
Yeah,
our parents
yeah.
were older than when they had us.
Yeah, for sure. I kind of remember that about you now that you say that you did want to have a family young. Because I remember we used to relate on that too. I've always wanted to have kids early, always. I've been in my own position fortunate enough not to because I haven't met someone in the past who's been a good enough candidate. You know what I mean? I haven't met a good vessel yet to carry my children.
A good greenhouse to carry the seed. Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I think that it's envy that I think that a lot of people like myself, being the age I am, have that you've got, bro. It's envy.
It's more of a thing where it's like, I don't know how to explain it. It's not like I said to Chloe, yeah, I'm ready to have a kid, or she said that to me. It's just like we had 100% confidence in each other where it was like something we wouldn't even think about. Like say it happened, we're not going to be like, oh shit, what are we going to do?
Yeah.
It was just something that happened that, oh yeah, mad. Like it's not like, oh shit. Just the confidence I feel like in our relationship too, because at that point, we'd already been together for 4 to 5 years and been through some shit that was obviously harder than what we were about to go through.
Yeah. Nice work, bro. Nice work. So, what was it like? Was it more challenging than you thought having Mrs. B pregnant? Or was
100%. Like there have been times where I was probably shit. I mean, like terrible to Chloe because, like, to be honest, bro, I thought like at the time it didn't freak me out, but then after a while, like little shit just started. Like, I'm like, fuck, what am I gonna do? What am I like? How am I gonna react? What kind of dad am I gonna be? And it's just started spiraling a little bit. Picked up my drinking again, but then after a while, it's just like fucking doing that's not going to help anyone. And that only lasted like, I think it was the first 2 months. And then after that, I was like completely off everything because I just know that I had to be 100%. And the worst part for me was probably like, not even the start, because the start I was pretty bad. And then we got over it because I sorted my shit out. And then I thought, oh yeah, sweet, the rest of it's going to be smooth tailings. And then the hormones just went, and I'm like, fuck.
You're just looking at that bottle of liquor, bro. You're licking your lips, bro.
Because it was like everything was sweet. After that, I thought, yeah, sweet. The 2 months where I was shit, probably going to sort it out. No.
Yeah, now it's her turn to be crazy. Bro.
Yeah, 100%.
You had your turn to be crazy.
I know.
Should have wrote that out a little bit longer.
No, I was thinking, fuck, maybe.
Nah, that's cool. All right, so it was because to be honest, I'm asking the questions because I'm preparing myself for the experience.
No, it's all good, bro.
I mean?
It is what it is. Like, I don't know. Some people probably wouldn't be as open and honest, but like that's it. It is what it is. Like for me, I was sweet. Like it wasn't bad news. It was just, I don't know. Personally, fucking some things.
Well,
can
it's
just fucking-
pressure.
Yeah,
Pressure.
exactly. That's all it was. Like the pressure probably just fucking unrattled me a little bit.
Yeah.
And then
Which is
again,
understandable and relatable. I know for a fact I'm gonna hear the news the first time and be like, "Fuck, gang, let's go."
Yeah.
Easy.
Like it's not bad news. It's not that. It's just that. Yeah, I don't know.
A little
Little
bit-
shit starts going in your head back
yeah.
and forth like a ping pong table, and it's like it gets
Yeah.
progressively worse, and you're like, fuck.
Yeah, dude, 100%. I know that'll happen to me too. I'll just be sitting there thinking.
And it's like shit that
Oh,
half the time you
fuck.
probably know is like 0 out of 10%, like 10 chance happening ever.
Yeah. This is making up scenarios.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I get that. So, when the baby first came, was there
Yeah.
anything after that a surprise, or did you have enough? Who'd you seek out to for advice and things like that during the pregnancy?
My sister, because my sister had my niece like probably I think 6 months before we were having our son,
Yeah.
and yeah, just really my sister, because obviously they had the baby so fresh. Excuse me, had the baby so fresh, and then I was going over there interacting with her, which made things a little bit easier. And then, but still, like, it doesn't prepare you for when it's there. Like,
Yeah.
like,
Fuck, bro. I'm freaking out, bro.
I'm not trying to freak you out, but like, I don't know how to explain it because everyone says, oh, it's like this, it's like that, but everyone says, every person's different, every baby's different, every situation's different, how it happens is different, where it happens is different, who it happens to is different.
Yeah.
So you can't narrow it down and say all babies are like this or all people act this way because of this, because this is not true.
Yeah. For sure.
But like, bro, it was like the most surreal moment I've ever had in my life, because like the first time I held him, because we had to have a C-section, the first time I held him was just like, I don't know, the level of emotion is something that you can't explain. Like, I've never felt that connected to something, or like I don't know, it's like you have that first look when they open their eyes for the first time and look at you and you're like, this is the only thing that matters to me right now.
Wow,
Just like, it's just that first bang. Like, that's it. Like, I don't know how to go. Like, I don't know. Like, the
And that
emotion is just full euphoric. Like, there's nothing in the sun that you could take or anything that would make you feel the way that makes you feel.
Yeah.
Like, my whole body went numb. Just the way he looked at me for the first time, and then
Wow, bro. See, now you're back and pumping me up again, bro. I'm ready, bro.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
ready.
just a roller coaster, bro. The whole thing's a roller coaster. But if you're willing to enjoy the ride, then you got nothing to worry about.
Yeah. You know what you're signing up for when you buy a ticket to the roller
100%.
coaster. Yeah, it's not like you wake up on a roller coaster.
That depends who you are, but I guess some unfortunate people it can happen.
It's better to happen at least once or twice in history.
100%.
Nah, that's cool, bro. So that feeling of instant euphoria that you're inviting me into, like I'm kind of trying to understand it, but I know I won't understand it until I. Did anyone ever tell you about that feeling before you got it?
No, nothing. And nothing that I had seen growing up or ever in my life kind of gave that away, sort of thing. Like that's what you would expect. Like obviously in movies you see birth scenes or whatever, or you're around people that have just had kids, say your parents' family or friends or whatever. But like, no, there was nothing to that. Just general sensation, like you're holding him or her, and then the first time they look at you before they start screaming, obviously because they're cold. But it's just the general, like, I don't know, like just the way they look at you and you know that they're yours and you know that that's it. Like it was just like, I don't know, tingly, bro. Like that's all I can explain it. It's just tingly feeling the whole way of my body. And no emotion has ever made me feel like that ever.
Yeah, fuck, that's madness, bro. I can't imagine experiencing a new experience at my own age. Like
that's what it was for me. Like everything has been pretty much the same for the last 5 years, experience wise. Like nothing that jumped out at me.
Yeah.
Until that.
Yeah.
And then nothing will ever top that.
Yeah. Wow. I wonder if you have another child. Like if the feeling is going to be the same, if it's going to be different. Like I wonder what the experience will be like.
I feel like it would be the same on an emotional level, but because then again, different personality, different kind of child. So if it's a girl, it'll probably be a completely different kind of level of emotional connection. Because like I said to Chloe when we first met her, I know it's a boy. It's a boy. I know it's a boy.
Yeah.
And then for ages I was like, Chloe's like, before we could find out, Chloe's like, how can you tell? And I'm like, I don't breed bitches.
I breed bitches.
and then Chloe was right. And then I found out I was right. And I'm like, yes.
I love that so much. I don't breed bitches. That's so good. Wow.
Because I don't know, when my boss at the moment was like, oh, everyone hates on you when you have a son the first time. And I'm like, why?
Yeah,
I don't understand. Like I wouldn't care. Like say I had a girl, I wouldn't care. But for me, it was just that was the saying I was running with.
Yeah.
And like I wouldn't have cared either way. It didn't bother me. And he's just like, oh, everyone congratulates you when you have a daughter, but no one congratulates you when you have a son. I'm like, what difference does it make? Like, why does it matter?
Nah, dude. We have this thing in my trade called the Friggy curse, and it just means that you're bound to have girls. There's nothing you can do.
I swear.
So I plan to have heaps of boys, but it's like I know, like. I don't know yet, but I have a strong feeling I'm going to have a girl. I just have a strong feeling first I'm going to be a girl. And don't get me wrong, I'm buzzing to have a girl, bro. I was like, I think 100%. A little princess would be just surreal, bro. Like, we have little cousins and whatever you call them in my family, nieces. Yeah. Who knows what they are? I'm related to them somehow. But like, they're the fucking cutest little things ever, bro. The guys are the little boys are madness. Like I love hanging out with little boys, but. That sounded so.
Nothing's changed, eh?
Sounded so pedo, but it's fine. But the little girls.
You're a pedo.
I was just saying that last night. I'm not pedo, you chubby little ginger cunt. Yeah, but a little girl is the cutest fucking little thing, bro. I swear 100%. To God. I just want to bash these little kids against the wall. They're so cute. Swear to God. You see it when you're like, fuck. Yeah, bro. It's mad. So I'm glad that you're telling me about this. So what was it like during the first, was it different in the first 6 to 12 months or was it all kind of the same? Because they're very young, like even at 12 months?
Yeah, it's completely different. But the biggest thing is like their growth in their way of understanding things. Like that's the growth that you see with that is probably the biggest thing. Like not necessarily the way they change in size, but the way that they realize, oh, okay, this is this. The way that they learn to manipulate the mother, obviously, when they're hungry, like, and just the way that they know, like, they can make certain noises or like like, I don't know. It's like you can just see them grasp certain things, and it's like, oh, okay. And then like for the first time they say mum or dad, or like Archie's new thing right at the moment is Chloe's, and I've been teaching him how to say ta, like when he wants something like a toy because he's been going to daycare and whatnot.
Yeah.
And instead of saying ta, he goes da. But like he yells it, and you know what he means, but because he's like trying to give it to you. And that's like this morning when I was feeding him, and I just gave him some banana and some other fruit. And he picked up this smashed bit of banana, and he's just looking at me, and he's like, his fingers are covered in shit, and he's like, "Da!" And I'm like, "Nah."
Fuck off.
I'm like, "Nah, bro, I'm good." And he's just like looking at me like he's all upset, and I'm just like, "Right." But then I put it in my hand, and I'm just like,
That's mad, man.
but yeah,
Good work.
like, and especially like because all babies go through a point where they lose hair,
Yeah.
and like Archie had like a massive bald spot at one point, and then now his hair is just like long and curly, and me and Chloe have been debate for the last 2 weeks about whether or not she'll let me cut his hair.
Yeah.
And then all the boys are like, yeah, just cut a mad mullet into it. And Chloe's like full demon mum mode, like, no fucking way. And I was like, oh, I'll just wait for you to go out and I cut a mullet in. And she's like, like looking at me like, do it, I dare you.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Give him a full skin fade, bro. Yeah.
100%. But no, like, oh, and like today I kind of convinced her this morning because I went and got a trim before I came on here, so I didn't look homeless. But yeah,
I didn't have time. Thanks for that. Thanks for that. Yeah. I didn't have fucking time for a fucking trim. Yeah.
And yeah, and then I got it, kind of got it convinced, and then she's like pulled like because he's got these long curl bits here. She's like, hold his head still. I'll just cut these bits up and keep him.
Yeah. I'll keep him.
I was like, all right. And then I was like, she was just sitting there looking at his hair, like kind of sad that she's agreed to me. And I'm like, look, how about this? After Christmas, we'll cut his hair.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then she goes to she went to there was some festival or something in Richmond, like some Christmas festival. She's like, oh, what about everyone was complimenting me on Archie's long curly hair? And I'm like, were they old ladies?
Yeah.
Like,
Give him a fat mullet, see how many compliments you get.
100%. No, the boys have been saying give him a fat mullet, and I was like, no, I just give him a trim, just so like I don't know, it's not just a curly mop.
Yeah.
Like, because when I was braiding my hair, bro, like if I didn't braid it, my hair was just out long, it was curly as, and it looked like a mess. Like, so I'm like, I know what it looks like, bro. I'm not gonna put you through it.
Yeah.
Like, it looks cute.
Yeah, I've been there, bros. Yeah, I've been there. You're your dad, bro. You're your dad. Yeah. Nah, awesome. Fuck, it's so cool, bro. So you turned one this week, you're saying?
No,
last
I
week.
turned one
Next
2 weeks
week.
ago.
2 weeks ago.
Yeah,
2
yeah.
weeks ago. Yeah, mad. So who do you have family-wise that are here? So you got your sister and your mum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Chloe's parents are pretty active in Archie's life too, and they only live around the corner. And yeah, my sister, my mum, my stepdad, and my dad comes every now and then to see him and that. But
Yeah.
they're like mum and sister and Chloe's family are pretty much the main people that are in Archie's life at the moment, which is pretty good.
And are you able to get some free time at all for the two of you?
Yes and no. Like we've like given to like hey to Archie's stay with Archie's Chloe's mum, sorry, for like a night or something, like a couple nights. But no, not really. Like we don't really go out of the way for it at the moment, especially because like say over the last 2 months since he started daycare, bro, he's just been sick as. Like he got sick. We were all both sweet, and then he got better. We both got sick.
Yeah.
Chloe couldn't work because she was that sick. And then I couldn't work the second day because I was that sick, bro. Like a dead said, it was worse than COVID.
Oh,
I'm
wow.
like, what the fuck? And he was fine in 2 days. And it's like, you know how hard it is to look after a crawling, active kid when you're like, I just want to lay here and die. Like,
Yeah.
I was just like, I'm going to die. I'm like, Chloe, make me soup. And she's like, fuck off, I'm sick too. And I'm just like, I feel worse.
Yeah, but I'm man flu. That's
Yeah,
worse.
100%. That's what I was saying. Oh, bro.
Dude,
But
when I
then-
was sick last time, I was actually bedridden. I was bad.
Yeah.
And I genuinely thought to myself, like, fuck, it'd be hard to have kids right now. That's what I was thinking. Fuck,
Yeah,
it'd be hard.
right, like, and
I
then-
couldn't be fucked doing nothing, dude.
And then we got, like, so when we were sick, Chloe's mum came and took Archie for a few days. Then my second day, I'm like, I tell you what, to make me feel better, I'll go to the pub. Chloe's like, how are you sick if you can go to the pub? I'm like, the beers will make me feel better.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then, me and one of the boys linked up because he was off work for hurting his hand. Fucking bro. We're on this 45-degree roof we were cutting these tiles in like high glazed terracotta tiles, like brand new ones, so they're glossy as 45-degree pitch, and he's cutting tiles. Offcut slides down the roof, hits him in between his fingers here, slices tendons. And then as he goes like that, fucking all this white shit just goes out of his hand like that.
Oh my!
And it was on the other side of the roof, and this is like my best mate, pretty much. And I was on the other side of the roof cutting the other side, and I didn't even know what happened. And I went to go ask him for a lighter so I could have a smoke. And all the boys were like, he's been gone for half an hour. And I'm like, what the fuck? And then so apparently after that happened, he got sent off with one of the boys to the hospital and whatever, and obviously been on compo for a bit.
Wow.
Bro,
That's a good one.
bro, bad. And then this was the apprentice I had when I was for second time at someone's crew as a tradesman. I was running the crew there. Bro, he'd been a chippy like framer, like putting up frames and stuff for 3 years. Was almost qualified. Then the company went under, so he had to go pick a different job. So he came roof tiling.
Yeah.
He was walking on frames fine. Weeks before that, second week in, bro, you know the triple grip.
Yeah.
He slipped, bro, cut from here the whole way up his leg, missed his Achilles tendon by like that much. His leg literally cut open and split like that, bro. It was literally like a fat minge on his leg, bro. It was bad, and it was, you know, the plywood, bro. That the whole thing, both sides, was red.
Oh, bros. I tell you what, I met this kid once, right? And I'd seen him off camera, back on camera for everyone. Won't tell everyone how I knew this kid, but he
He's
was
one of the boys.
He's one of the boys, right? The first few times I seen him, he was like, I thought he was like actually like a bit retarded, like just a little. Just
I
like
know, you know those people that took you off if you like spectrum kind of vibes.
Bro, he was spectrum. Like he was on it, and it was noticeable he was on it. Yeah. And I remember saying to him, I was like, he mentioned a couple of times like, oh, since my accident, and the next time I seen him, he's like, I still got trauma from the accident or something.
Yeah.
And then about the third or fourth time I seen him, I'm like, sorry to ask, bros, but I don't even know what this accident is. Like, I don't think you've told me before. And he's like, oh, bros, I was working as a stop sign guy on the side of the road, and I had my back facing the traffic, holding up the sign on the side of the road. So like it might have been slow, so a car could go past. This truck veers off the side of the road and hits him, picks him up, right? He gets stuck to the front of the truck, pushes him into one of those red water barriers. But the red water barrier, they filled it with concrete, the company, so it wouldn't be movable because they wanted to be able to keep him fixed because I was sick of people going back and moving him. So he hit him against that, squished him so hard that it popped him up in the air, bro, like 20 feet. Bro.
Well, he just went like,
yeah, bro. Just picked him up, bang, instant force of a truck against this pillar. And as the truck kept coming, it popped him up into the air. He came back down. He didn't know what the fuck happened, bro. It happened out of nowhere.
It would have been instantly, yeah.
Instantly. So he's gotten up. He can't really see properly. So he's dizzy. He can't see. He thinks someone must have just king hit him or something. So he gets up. He's like trying to square up and shit. He sees his mate sprints and tackles him. Takes his shirt off, wraps his shirt around his head. The reason he couldn't see anything is because the back of his skull peeled open. So his whole face was covering itself, bro.
Fuck that, bro. That's like Final Destination 5 shit, bro.
It gets worse. So he leans down. He shows me this scar that's like all the way down his head.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck, bro. That's insane. He's like, dude, broke my back. I broke every single bone in my body. Every single one. Like, fucked me up. I got up and the only thing working was like the bottom half of my legs. Like he just like got up in shock and adrenaline. He said it completely shattered his pelvis, pushed his dick inside out.
Fuck that.
His dick went inside his body, bro.
He just fucked himself, literally.
Bro, he fucked himself, bro. So they ended up operating the fuck out of him, like bringing this guy back to life.
Wolverine shit.
Now he told me he's got like this little fucking dick thing that hangs out. Barely can use it. Like he's barely got a dick. He has to use bags and shit. Like it's fucked. He's like telling me about all this shit. And I'm like thinking to myself, like, dude, you have the worst life.
100%.
Like, you have actually got the fucking worst life.
Bro, like,
and he's like, he wrapped up the conversation with like, yeah, but you know what, bro? I was like, it didn't fucking kill me. I'm still here. Fuck it. I'm gonna fucking make the most of it. He's getting some payout for like 7 million or something from it. And even then, I'm thinking like that ain't worth it.
Nah, 100%. But like, yeah, no way.
It's, at least he's getting something,
100%.
and it's a good bag, 7 mil. Don't get me wrong, but it's like
it's not worth the operational like function of your body, bro. Nothing's worth that, bro. No, 100%. Nothing's worth your dick. I'd have no legs as long as my dick works. I'll be happy,
dude. I don't know if I'd cut it off for $1 billion, eh?
Nah, fuck
I don't
that.
even know if I would. Like that's
No.
that's just sad, dude.
No way.
It's like, do you know
do?
there's a torture device, what some countries still do, but they used to do it in the past, is they inject people with this thing. They do it in some countries to like serial rapists and pedophiles and shit.
Yeah.
And what they do when they inseminate you with it is it makes you completely lustless. You're infertile, as you can't get horny, you can't get nothing.
Oh, what the
So
fuck?
these people have to live their life now with no sex drive, and apparently it drives all of them to suicide.
Bro, because they'd all just be like a fucking male version walking around as a Karen. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's the
dude.
embodiment of the personality.
Yeah.
There's no sex drive. They're just there to be a cunt.
Yeah, they're just Ken dolls, bro. That's all they are. Fuck that, dude. So yeah, this guy's telling me the story. I'm being, bro, I was like, that's the
fucked.
craziest.
I couldn't even imagine that. Like, I couldn't imagine seeing like someone go straight off
dude.
something like that.
Imagine seeing someone stand up and his fucking head's
Fucking
hanging
heads
off.
over him. Like Final Destination 5.
Like
like I
nearly
said
headless
before,
Nick,
Fuck
bro,
that.
from fucking Harry Potter.
It's like, why are you nearly headless? Why are you nearly faceless?
Nearly headless. Yeah, imagine that. He's just,
You want to see the inside of my face? What?
yeah. Oh, imagine that. Imagine they like fixed it all up, but they left a little hatch for him, bro.
A little
Just-
zip. Oh, yeah, little zip.
That's what I was thinking too. A zipper. Zzz. Oh my
bro.
god. Yeah. Well, what about? I got a pretty bad injury at work. You can't see it now. I've wrapped it up, but
Yeah.
bro, I was welding the other day on a Friday, and I've gone to like join two bits of solder together.
Yeah.
And you're meant to be wearing gloves at work in our
yeah,
sites.
yeah,
You're
yeah.
meant to. You have to. It's the
PPE,
rule.
mate.
Have to. But the reason I wasn't
It's
is because we
Friday. I
have
want
to.
to get out of there, bro. I want to get on the piss.
Because fuck them. Nah. Because I had to weld and then dunk my hands in a wet bucket and grab wet water out all the time.
Yeah.
So as I'm joining the thing together, I've gone to move, bro, and I'm standing on the fucking oxy lead, and I've just gone to like walk, and I've just fucking put this fucking oxy torch straight into my fucking hand.
Fuck that.
Bro, my hand looks so ugly right now. Underneath these band-aids, it looks like I'm an old lady with a curse, bro. That's what it looks like. It looks like someone's just
Dumbledore's
shunned
finger,
me.
bro.
Oh, worse, bro, worse. It's disgusting. So I
Fuck.
was gonna ask you, if you had any serious injuries at work?
Worst was probably falling off a roof
Yeah, fuck.
because it was like, I don't know if you know much about carpentry, but so we're on this roof and we had rail on some of it, but this one side we didn't have rail on it.
Yeah.
And so normally if you're setting out the roof, which means you have like a framing gun, which is the one that shoots the little pins out of it instead of the nail gun, which shoots the big nails.
Yeah.
You use that to hold the battens on it when you put the tiles on it. So yeah, you walk along the fascia. I was walking along the fascia, and we use 50 mil set out pins, right, for the battens, just so the pins go through the sock.
Yeah.
This fascia I walked on, it was probably about a story and a half drop. Walked on this fascia, the fascia fell off, so I fell backwards. It was a dirty old roof, so the rafters were dusty as fuck. I had the set out gun in one hand. I literally threw the gun because I'm
Yeah.
like, fuck it, I don't care about the gun. I care about not fucking smashing my head on that fucking cinder block. Grabbed the rafters like this. And as I grabbed them, because they were dusty, I slipped and then ended up falling backwards like that, which was even worse.
Oh.
The head went bang. That's where that cut there is from.
Oh.
Smashed it on these cinder blocks. And
Fuck,
then I
that's close
landed,
to your eyebrows. That's so close.
right, and then I landed on this the tile cutters that we have right across my leg here. And it just like, and then I smashed like that, rolled down these stairs, and then as I fell, the last bit of the face just went poof and smacked me again. And I'm like, fuck, because it was hanging on by like last little pin. And as it hit the ground, like boys came over to check what was holding it in, bro. And like I said, we used 50 mil pins for these battens.
Yeah.
They had 25 mil pins holding this fascia in, and the fascia was fucking at least 20 mil thick. Like the pin was probably in that much. Like
Yeah.
you're supposed to bugle screw fascia with like 150 mil screws.
Yeah.
And then anyway, I hit the deck, and then the place I was working at the time, there's this labourer, like for the builder on the job site, going, "Oh, call the ambulance, call the ambulance." And then the person I was working for at the time was like, ambulance in the background, bro. And that was probably the worst thing I've ever had because like I scraped up all here too on the wall, so like I cut that whole part of my arm open, and it was just like the worst pain because I had to clean it right and I had to bandage it up. And when they bandaged it up, when they took the bandage off, bro, they ripped half my armpit hair out like they were waxing it.
Oh.
Bro, and I was like, fuck, that was probably the most painful part. Bro, and then they had to do some, I think it's MRI scan or something. And what they do is they put this stuff into you when they put you into the tube.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, it either makes you feel like you're going to piss yourself or throw up really badly. And I'm like, What?
What after shit? Yeah.
And so they inject it, and like, I don't know. It's not like I needed to piss, but then as soon as I thought about the vomit, I was like,
Oh no.
and they're like, you just have to fight it. I'm like, and then like they checked me out. I was fine, apparently, thank God. But they're like, that was so close to your eye, like,
Yeah, bro.
like you're sweet. But they said that my leg, the worst thing about was my leg, because it's like they said you did 3rd-degree muscle damage or tissue damage or something in your leg, so it probably won't ever heal the same.
Yeah.
But I didn't break anything. I wasn't concussed.
Nice. Lucky.
Yeah, 100%. My boss was lucky.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, 100%, bro. We have so much safety involved in it. I'm not allowed to, I'll tell you, but I'm not allowed to mention it on the podcast. But yeah, that's the company I work for. But the safety on those sites is fucking crazy, bro. Most sites anyway. Some sites are a bit more lenient.
Yeah.
Other sites
Oh, it
is
would
like
be.
bro, people
Bro.
have been written up and like sites been shut because people take off their gloves to peel a sticker off something. They shut the site, bro.
Bro, that's like one time at another company I was working at, we did this re-roof on a HMAS base in
King's Cross, not King's Cross.
it was fuck. It's down south. It's a Navy base down south. Fucking can't remember where it is. Jarvis Bay. Jarvis Bay. Anyway, we were down there. They made us wear boots. They made us wear long pants, goggles, a long sleeve shirt. But wait, this is the catch: a hard hat on the roof. And I'm like, no offense, safety person, officer, whatever the fuck you want to be called, but what do you think's gonna fall out of the sky and smack me on the roof? There's not even any trees. I'm like, what? Do you think bird shit's gonna, exactly what I said? Do you think bird shit's gonna knock me out? And they're like, oh, well, it's just for safety. And I'm like, of what? And they're like, well, I'm not the one that writes up the rules, so you have to ask a superior. And I'm like, okay.
Get him, yeah.
I was like, get him down here now.
Yeah.
And then we're down there, and we're like, one of the boys took the hard hat off literally for 1 second, and his gloves off for 1 second, like I said. And I say to people, get down here now.
Yeah.
Oh, and they're
It's nuts, bro. I did my work experience on the HMAS base in King's Cross.
yeah,
For a company doing like fitter machinist.
yeah.
It was what I was gonna do as a trade, but they wanted me to be 18, so I wasn't willing to wait.
Yeah.
That was safety, bro. It was like everyone was wearing the same hard hats, gloves,
100%,
fucking
'cause
goggles,
government sites,
overalls.
bro. Government site.
Yeah.
Imagine what would happen to someone on a government site if they
Oh.
got a serious injury.
Bro, they were wearing overalls, bro. Overalls in the heat.
Yeah,
Fuck
that's what I
that.
was saying. Like, it's a 40-degree day. They want us in gloves, long pants, and long sleeve shirts on a roof.
Yeah.
But bro, half the time I don't even have my shirt on the roof.
Yeah, I know.
Bro, like, I've got a better tan than half the people that live in Bondi.
Yeah,
It's probably
yeah.
not good for you, but like,
Yeah.
would you rather have heat stroke or would you rather keep yourself hydrated and have a mad tan?
Yeah. 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 It's pretty cool, bro, how you get to like wear kind of whatever you want. I remember seeing your snaps a lot of times, stories and shit like that, and you're
Yeah.
always just cruising, bro. Just getting your job done, wearing what you want.
Yeah, 100%.
Fucking mad.
Until you get somewhere and it's like, a couple of times we have people complain about the music because a lot of the companies I work with Fobos who like, you know, if you made a couple yourself, they love loud music. Doesn't matter if it's 6:30 in the morning or
Yeah.
fucking 3:30 in the morning, they love it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we're pumping this music and this chick, like we're in a new estate, so fair enough. We're in a new estate and this lady comes over and she just like looks at this guy like pumping the tiles on the elevator. And he
Yeah.
doesn't even look at her, bro. And he's like, "Can you turn the music down?" And he just keeps pumping the tiles and he walks over to the thing, turns it up, walks back over the tiles and keeps pumping it. And then she walks away and he's like, "Could have said please." And then goes back to pumping the tiles and I'm just like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's mad. The site I'm on now, we're not even allowed radio. We're not even allowed music. So I got to remember to take my fucking AirPods, bro. To be honest, all I listen to all day, every day is Joe Rogan, eh?
Ah, yeah, 100%, bro.
All I
I've got
listen to.
over listening to the same playlist like every day, bro.
Yeah.
And then so I started just listening to Joe Rogan a lot. But like, I feel sometimes like Joe Rogan podcast is always good, but if it's someone that I don't understand, say for instance, or someone that I don't know, like can't understand like why the conversation a little bit, doesn't really interest me. So then I got to find something else.
Yeah.
But
Is there any other series or people that you like listening to?
Mike Tyson, bro. Tyson.
Oh, yeah. The Hot Box?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Flagrant, bro.
Flagrant's
Andrew
gang,
Schultz
bro.
is
Flagrant.
funny as fuck.
Flagrant is GOAT, bro.
I was going to go to his show. He had a show in Sydney like
Yeah, it was
the last
last week,
weekend.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
bro. I was going to go and then I fucking put off buying tickets, went to buy tickets and I sold out. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, I put off buying tickets early on in the year because I was trying to hit a savings goal and I had heaps of comedians I was buzzing. I'm a mad comedy nerd. Go on Netflix,
Yeah.
I've seen everything.
Yeah, yeah,
Go
yeah.
on YouTube, I've seen everything.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's like I I wanted to go see Shulz, Bert Kreischer, Tom Segura, like Kevin Hart.
Yeah,
There were so many
yeah.
things this year, like the last 12 months I wanted to watch. Shulz was a sad one to not go to, bro. I watched clips of it. Clips looked good.
Bro, like my mate that I work with, he's like, yeah, I went there and the first thing he said is when I came out, he's like, I've got some, he's like, all right, I know, when I let the cat out of the bag, I got a shit haircut. And he's like, it looks like I went to Mount Druitt and asked me, he's like, give me that. And then everyone's just cracking up. And I'm like,
how does he even know, bro? Like, how does he, like, he
100%.
gets the culture here so much. I heard him
100%.
joking about, like, the Aboriginal culture, Centrelink, all this shit.
Yeah, the one
How,
where,
bro?
what about the one where he's like, oh, like I was talking to an Australian guy and they're like, oh, we have a lot of trouble trying to assimilate them to white culture. And he's like, what do you mean? They're sitting in a park drinking wine, give them crackers, they're French. How much more assimilated do you want them to be?
Yeah, that's perfect, bro. And I was saying something like, the Aussies are like, how dare you? I saw you protesting like about Israel and Palestine. You're saying, give them back their land. And he looks around. He's like, don't you think you should worry about your own fucking problem, bro? And he's like, they don't even want the land. They just want some more fucking money from Centrelink. They don't even fucking want it.
Bro, he like gets it so well too. It's like I want Joe Rogan. If Joe Rogan came over to Australia, bang.
He never will. He never will, trust me.
It's like he doesn't leave America, for UFC either.
Yeah, he doesn't leave Texas, bro, for fucking comedy. He's just, that's it. He built Comedy Mothership in Texas, and that's all he needs now. That's all he needs.
100%. But he'd be set up for fucking years, bro. Like after Fear Factor and then going on the most successful, I would say, most successful sport from America that reaches around the world. Like
Yeah. UFC is the highest grossing sport.
100%. Like NFL in America is probably bigger than UFC, but like around the world,
Yeah.
nothing beats MMA.
Yeah.
Nothing. Like even ONE FC is probably the next biggest after UFC.
Yeah. Like, but what's the Asian one? They have one in
ONE
Asia?
FC,
One, yeah. Sorry, one. Fucking, yeah, Joe, he's saying he's set up is an understatement. He was already set up from Fear Factor to the point where he says he only lives off that money. It's all he needs to this
100%.
day. He can survive
Imagine the
off Fear
Spotify
Factor.
deal too, bro. That
Dude,
would be fucking
he got
money.
$100 million for
Fuck.
3 years of Spotify, 3 or 4 years. That was just to transfer everything that he was already. He still got to keep his shit up on YouTube to still make money off.
Yeah.
He gets paid money still.
Yeah.
And then he makes $150,000 to $250,000 per ad ad rating that he does.
Bro.
He's got AG1. He's got fucking ExpressVPN. He's got a million of these ones.
Yeah, you hear him on Spotify too when it stops the episode and they come in. It's like,
250 bags for one of them, bro. Fuck, it's just long. Like it's madness. It's madness. And
100%.
UFC pays him. He owns fucking so many businesses. He has his
100%.
toes
I wouldn't be
everywhere.
surprised if he didn't have shares in the UFC as well.
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised either.
He would have to have a decent chunk, you know what I mean? But then it's like the same in his contract apparently. As soon as Dana White leaves, Joe Rogan leaves. I feel like as soon as that happens, the decline will come.
Yeah. Of course. I think Dana White will never leave the UFC. Is it just me, or do you feel like, I don't know if I'm just not involved as much anymore, but the UFC isn't as mainstream lately as it used to be?
I don't think it is lately, but that being said, like Bellator and PFL were never mainstream, but those two just assimilated companies, right? So now they've got the biggest sporting events pretty much outside of the UFC all of next year that involves MMA, because they've got like all these champions from different organizations fighting each other. Like that's like there's a guy on the PFL fight the other day. He had 2 UFC fights. He was that highlight knockout where he caught the kick and then that guy jumped and spun and knocked him out.
Yeah.
That guy, the one that got knocked out, just won $1 million in his like 3rd fight for the PFL yesterday.
Wow.
And imagine being the guy that beat him, getting fucking, I don't know, 25G, maybe not even 25G max.
Yeah.
And this guy just got $1 million after 3 fights in the PFL. You'd be kicking yourself.
Yeah.
You'd be like,
Not only is it 25, but like the managers take 20% cut.
100%.
Like,
That's like you got to pay your corner. You got to pay to stay there.
yeah, you
Like-
probably got nutrition. Well, your nutritionist will be covered, but you got your team. Like fuck. Yeah, you
Probably walking away with like $5 grand maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. That could be really bad. Like probably really bad estimation. It could be a bit higher. You'd hope it's a bit higher for people that get paid to get punched in the face. But
the entry level UFC, they don't get paid much money, which is why it's a big uproar lately to try and convince them to start paying.
even
them more.
healthcare, bro. None of them even get healthcare.
Yeah,
That's
once
fucked
they
up.
leave UFC, but the same with NFL and same with NRL too. Did you notice that this year they were starting to cover up the NRL thing, like this year when they were playing NRL?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that
Yeah,
someone was
yeah,
explaining
yeah,
to me. So they get healthcare past a certain amount of years or something, wasn't it?
Oh, I'm not too sure about that, but I did see it. Like I knew it was for other things, like and they stopped talking to the media and shit.
Yeah.
Like they weren't talking to any of the media and all that.
Yeah. No more
I was
post game
burning
interviews.
because I'm a Penrith fan, bro. So last year was the 3-peat, so I'm there.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, bro, the grand final night, I was a bit fucking
Tell me.
special, bro.
Yeah.
Shawty catch a vibe, yeah, I had to put her on. Bought her 2 skitter, yeah, we heading for the sun. Shawty going high, I ain't tripping for the funds. Yeah, I won't start, I ain't tripping, I'm a stunt.